Alright, so to get started, we are going to cut out all the pieces that we need, and here I'm cutting out a square of 14 by 14 inches for the French bow. So this is the pieces for our scrunchie, and is the wideness is 3 inches, and the length, I want to make the total length 51 inches. So this particular one is not going to be enough. This is 36 inches, so I'm going to add another pieces to it because I want the scrunchie to be really fluffy. So I'm going to be joining these other pieces to it to make the length the actual 51 inches that I wanted it to be. So we are cutting out these tiny pieces of about 2 inches wideness, and the length is 7 inches. So now we're going to start with stitching it straight down. This other piece that is here that I did not explain how I cut it is not really a part of this tutorial, so I'm going to be explaining the use of it later. So I'm using a safety pin to turn out this tiny piece because it's really tiny, so you need to use a safety pin to turn it out. For the scrunchie, I'll go ahead and join these two pieces together, arranging it properly. So I'll just run a stitch along this part. I'm going to be folding the pieces this way and run a straight stitch on it. Make sure to leave half inches before the bottom part so we can be able to fold it down there. That is where we're going to chook the other side, the other rough side of the scrunchie that we did not fold like this. Don't worry, you will understand what I mean when we get to that stage. After folding it this way, you stitch it down again. What I'm doing here, I'm just using my safety pin to turn out these pieces. I'll keep pushing my safety pin until I bring it out to the other side. Just like so. Then it's easier for me this way. Now go ahead and cut the elastic. We're using 8 inches for the elastic. I'm also passing it inside with the safety pin. Just pass it carefully so that you will not choke it inside, because you are going to secure it down with a pin from this beginning. Just watch what I'm doing. I hope you understand. Secure it with a pin, then go ahead and continue passing the safety pin until you also bring it out to the other side. Can you see how fluffy it's looking already? That's why I made the length 51 inches, because I wanted to get this fluffiness. Now we're going to stitch on this elastic to secure it. Just run several stitches on it so it will be strong to avoid cutting. And that is it. So you see why we folded the other side. We just took the other side that is rough inside, and then we're going to run a stitch on it just like so. And now our scrunchie is ready. So for this particular piece, I'm going to use it to form a bow, just to show us how we can also use this method to achieve a normal French bow clip. Right, I just wanted to illustrate this design, but basically what we are doing is French bow scrunchie tie. Now to make this bow, you just fold it in the center like so and run a 3 stitch on it. Then use the hand needle to just gather it in the center and you have formed the bow that way. Now to achieve our French bow with this square piece, we're going to be folding it to form a triangle, or will I even call it a cone shape, just like the way you see me fold it here. This is how we're going to do it. Now we're going to run a stitch along these two sides, leaving a space where we can be able to turn it out after stitching. Here I'm just trying to trim off these edges so that when we turn it, it will not be difficult for those pointed areas to come out very well. After trimming it out, I just went ahead and turned out these pieces. I'm just using my scissors to choke those parts so that those pointed edges can come out very well. Then I'm going to run a stitch to close this opening where we turned it out from. Now I'm just going to go ahead and locate the center part of it, and then I'll gather it from that center, and this way I've just formed my French bow. Then I'm using a hand needle to pass a thread in that center just to secure the bow. After passing my needle there, I'm just going to go ahead and tie it properly just to secure it. For the bow clip, I wanted to illustrate this is how it is done. Just add the hair clip at the back and use this tiny piece to secure them together, and that is it. But that's not what we are focusing on now. We are focusing on achieving the French bow scrunchie tie, and so we are going to be attaching our scrunchie to the French bow and also use this tiny piece to wrap it up in that center and properly secure it with my hand needle stitches. Just make sure you have a neat finishing around there. If this video was helpful to you, please support my channel by clicking on the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so that you can get notified whenever I post new content. Don't also forget to give this video a thumbs up so that YouTube can recommend it to other viewers. Thanks for watching and see you in my next one. Bye.